The Galaxy Summit Hall buzzed with activity as delegates from across the stars took their seats. Towering figures adorned in shimmering exoskeletons, sleek bioorganic armor, and iridescent scales gathered in a display of extraterrestrial power and prestige. Among them, the human delegation sat quietly, enduring the silent glares and subtle smirks directed their way. Humanity was the newcomer, young and underestimated, regarded as primitive compared to the ancient civilizations surrounding them. A diplomat from the CLA Dominion, a tall reptilian creature with gleaming scales, rose to speak. His tone was measured yet laced with condescension as he spoke of the responsibilities of the advanced races, emphasizing the need to guide and protect the lesser species, a clear jab at Earth. The room responded with nods, whispers, and scattered laughter. It was an initiation, a test to see how the humans would react, hoping they might lash out and prove their inferiority. Yet the chief human ambassador did not flinch. He leaned forward, listening intently, showing no trace of anger or offense, only a calm, unwavering focus. This restraint unsettled some of the alien leaders. Other species had crumbled under such provocations, rushing to defend themselves with words or desperate justifications. But the humans? They simply observed, their expressions giving away nothing. A representative from the Durkee, a species known for their intellect and mastery over time-based technology, took the opportunity to probe further. His voice carried the air of amusement as he asked whether Earth had, at last, managed to break the speed-of-light barrier. The way he phrased it, using exaggerated layman's terms, made it clear he considered the question a joke meant for everyone's entertainment. Laughter rippled through the hall. All eyes turned toward the human diplomat, waiting for an awkward explanation, an admission of Earth's backwardness. But the ambassador merely smiled. His response was polite, acknowledging humanity's progress in various fields without directly answering the question. Yet something in his voice left a lingering doubt. Was he hiding something, or were they simply out of their depth? The summit proceeded with demonstrations of the dominant species' technological marvels. Fleets of warships, weapons that could disintegrate matter at the molecular level, cloaking devices, and energy shields capable of withstanding entire planetary assaults were put on display. Each new revelation was presented with the unspoken assumption that Earth could never dream of matching such advancements. The humans, however, showed no reaction. Their expressions remained neutral, absorbing every detail while revealing nothing in return. This only emboldened the aliens further. Some openly questioned whether Earth was even worth the effort of joining the galactic community. Others joked that perhaps humanity should remain mere spectators, unable to contribute anything of value. One particularly arrogant delegate suggested that the advanced civilizations should take Earth under their protection, leading it like a child in need of guidance. The human diplomat remained unshaken, deflecting insults with quiet composure. This, in turn, unsettled some of the more observant alien leaders. Something about the human's silence didn't sit right. It wasn't the behavior of a defeated species, nor was it submission. There was something calculated about it, something that didn't match the narrative of a weak, primitive race. As the summit neared its climax, a towering figure adorned in shimmering robes declared that the next day's demonstration would be the ultimate showcase of power and technology. His gaze lingered on the humans, his smirk clear. The crowd chuckled, expecting Earth's humiliation, but the human delegation merely nodded, offering no protests, no challenges, just an almost imperceptible acknowledgement. That evening, the laughter and whispers continued as the aliens left the hall, content in their assumptions. They had no idea what was coming. The next day, the summit hall was alive with anticipation. Delegates whispered amongst themselves, expecting the moment where humanity would finally be forced to expose its lack of technological prowess. The Durkee representative, seizing the moment, issued an open challenge. With exaggerated politeness, he invited Earth to present evidence of any technology that could rival the might of the dominant species. Applause followed. The trap had been set. The expectation was clear. Either the humans would refuse, further proving their inferiority, or they would attempt to demonstrate something laughably insignificant. The human diplomat rose. His expression was unreadable. He acknowledged the challenge with an air of quiet confidence that puzzled many in the audience. There was no sign of hesitation, no nervousness, just a simple, measured response. He requested a 1-hour diplomatic delay to prepare. This was unexpected. Some saw it as a desperate stalling tactic, a sign that Earth had nothing to show. Others, more perceptive, noticed something unsettling in the way the humans carried themselves. They weren't scrambling. They weren't panicking. There was something deliberate in their actions, something too calm for a species supposedly out of its league. As the hour passed, murmurs began to circulate. Reports surfaced of strange activity in the galaxy's outer systems. Communications. Channels were blocked. Encrypted messages flickered across private networks. And most unsettling of all, unidentified warships were moving with a stealth that should have been impossible. The most advanced detection systems in the galaxy had failed to notice them until they were practically in position. Then, without warning, the human diplomat gestured. The void outside the summit hall shifted. Shadows rippled, then resolved into form. A fleet of ships materialized, sleek, elegant, unlike anything the galaxy had ever seen. Their surfaces absorbed and refracted light in a way that made them appear almost fluid, shifting in and out of sight. The energy they emitted was nothing like the known technologies of the great empires. It was something new, something advanced. Gasps filled the hall. Some delegates rose to their feet in shock. The ships had been there all along, hidden in plain sight, undetectable until the moment they chose to reveal themselves. The human diplomat spoke, his voice calm yet firm. He explained that these ships were merely a sample of Earth's latest advancements, built not for conquest but for defense and survival. His words were carefully chosen, measured, respectful, yet impossible to misinterpret. Earth had no intention of ruling over others, but it would not be looked down upon. The days of mockery were over. Silence fell over the hall. The realization set in. Humanity was far more advanced than they had ever imagined. The great civilizations, so confident in their superiority, now found themselves questioning everything they thought they knew. If Earth could sneak an entire fleet into their most secure gathering without detection, what else could they do? What other secrets had they kept hidden? Panic rippled through the ranks of the galactic elite. Some withdrew to private chambers, hurriedly discussing whether they should approach Earth as allies or prepare for the possibility of an adversary they had severely underestimated, especially those who had mocked humanity the loudest. As the summit concluded, the human delegation departed with the same quiet dignity they had maintained from the beginning. They had not boasted, nor had they threatened. They had simply demonstrated reality, and that reality had shaken the galaxy to its core.